Hello, welcome to Kitchen Basics 101, where I teach you the bare bone basics as if you have never cooked a day in your life from the perspective of a mom. Just getting ready to make my list for the grocery store, and I thought someone has asked this question. Let me hop on and see if I can help. Two ways for grocery shopping, in my opinion. One is you go into the grocery store or the farmer's market and you look and see what ingredients look fresh and delicious, and that inspires you and you cook something. But I imagine that's not the question that's being asked here, but that's definitely one of the ways that I do it. First, I think about my staples. So there are staple things that just we in our home use every week, and that's going to differ, and that might be different in your home. But like, for instance, we always have whole milk in the refrigerator because we use it. I cook with it. The kids eat cereal with it. We always have eggs. I just found out this morning when I went to make my breakfast that there was one egg left. So I had to have one egg this morning. This is an 18 pack. I make bacon and I roast it in the oven, and I use it all week for sandwiches and different applications, or just to eat for breakfast. So we always use bacon, we always use sausage, we always use eggs, we always use milk. So I go through my staples of the things that I know I'm going to use every single week. Then the other thing that I will do is I'll think about what I'm going to make for the week. Now, I'm not great. I never, ever. I'm like, we're having this on Monday. We're having this on Tuesday. I have ADHD. I could not handle that. I don't know what I'm going to want to eat during the week. But I usually try to have like 2 or 3 recipes in mind that I would like to accomplish to make, and I buy the ingredients for those. This week, I'm going to make chili because you guys requested it. And I'm going to make a roasted sweet potato soup, or something with roasted sweet potatoes. I think I'm gonna make soup, but we'll see. So that's only 2 recipes, and that's fine. So then I'm gonna go through what ingredients are used in those recipes, and I'm gonna think about what I already have in the house. So for instance, for chili, a lot of that is seasoning. So I looked in my seasoning drawer already and saw I have all the seasonings I need. Great, I don't need to buy any seasonings. Roasted sweet potato soup, I have sweet potatoes. I bought those last week. So that's great, they're here. And then like seasoning wise, I'm good seasoning wise, but I'm thinking I'm gonna need to put some other veg in there besides sweet potatoes. So I'm probably gonna need an onion, some carrots. So I just start to break down like what ingredients I'm gonna need for the recipes that I'm gonna make for the week. Now that I have that in mind, I personally can't get everything that I need at one store. If you can, lucky on you, you can skip this step. For me, I can't. So what I do is I make a list of the stores, like for instance, Sprouts and Costco. I love me some Costco. And then I will list the things I need to get at Sprouts. So at Sprouts, I can get eggs, but my bacon, that's a Costco. So I'll put bacon over on the Costco side of the list. And then what else did I say that I needed? I had all the seasonings that I needed. Oh, I need carrots. Now I can get carrots at Costco, but that's a lot of carrots. So I'm going to put carrots on the Sprouts side of the list. So I make a list for each store of the things that I need, and then I'll generally do it all in one trip. But Costco, I'm going to be honest, I usually do Instacart, because going to Costco unsupervised, I will easily spend an extra $100 that I do not need. So it is much better to spend the $20 for Instacart and not go in there. So no Costco. For chili, I'm going to need meat, right? So I'm going to need ground beef. I might have that in the freezer, so I'm going to check that first. Ground beef generally is a Costco thing because it's cheap and it's great and you can throw it in the freezer. I want to tell you that when you're grocery shopping, if you went and you bought chicken and ground beef, you could make dozens and dozens and dozens of recipes from those 2 proteins. So if you eat meat as a protein, I know some of you are vegan or vegetarian, but if you eat meat as a protein, if you have ground beef in the house, you can make dinner. There are literally a dozen recipes you can make with a pack of ground beef. It's so versatile, it's so easy, and it's so great for beginners, right? You can make a meatloaf, you can make meatballs, you could make chili, you could make Cindy Surprise, which I've showed on here before. You could make hamburgers, you could make, the list is like, you can make stuffed peppers. The list is endless for things you can make with ground beef. So if you're a beginner, you should probably get ground beef if you eat red meat, or ground turkey or ground chicken. Probably ground turkey is a good replacement for ground beef. Get enter in blank here, beef or turkey or something every single time you go to the store, or get it at Costco and have it in the freezer on hand always. You can always make dinner out of ground beef, ground chicken, ground turkey. I'm gonna also do some ground sausage. So I'm gonna put that on my Sprouts list. So it looks like today I'm just gonna go to Sprouts. I'm gonna get eggs, carrots, onions. I'm gonna get bread, because there's this amazing bread that they sell at sprouts that I'm obsessed with. I have ground beef. I'm gonna get ground sausage. I had all my spices that I needed for chili. Carrots and onions are for my roasted sweet potato soup. Eggs are part of my staples. I put bacon on the Costco list. The most important part for chili, I need beans. So I need canned chili beans. So basically what I do is I just pick a couple of recipes and I go get the ingredients that I need for those recipes. And I look at my basics and I make sure I always have them in the house. So I always have sour cream. I always have eggs. I always have milk. I always try to keep Parmesan cheese in the house because, and breadcrumbs. And I almost always buy chicken breasts. Now, I know not everyone is a huge chicken breast fan around here, but for me, I just think chicken breast is super versatile. You throw it in the oven for 25 minutes, boom, you've got dinner. Chicken breast is super basic and easy also, or you could do boneless, skinless thighs if you prefer dark meat, but that's in the same vein. So I always buy chicken breast, and I'm gonna add that to the list because I'll make cutlets or Nona nuggets for the kids, or like I said, you can just do a roasted breast, or a roasted whole chicken is like the easiest thing ever. If you guys want me to make that, that's probably the simplest chicken recipe that exists, is a roast chicken. So that was our mains. We're gonna do some type of chicken recipe for the kids. I'm gonna do chili, and I'm gonna do roasted sweet potato soup. So that's basically the plan for the week. And then obviously you need fruits and you need vegetables. So you just need to evaluate for yourself. And this is, again, these are personal things, but just plan for yourself. So in this house right now, it's wintertime or autumn time, right? Even though it's still hot here in Vegas. So it's apples, pears season. I personally love apples. My kids love apples. So I have already a case of apples in there from Costco. So that'll be like the main fruit for the week. I might throw in some berries in there because berries are so good for you. My kids love blackberries and raspberries. So I'll throw some berries in there. So I've got fruit. I don't have much in the veg. I just got carrots and onions in my mains. So I might have a consideration. And if we're having chili, we might have to have cornbread. So see, you just got to take 10 minutes out of your day and sort of like brainstorm it before you go to the grocery store. Because if you just go in there and you have no plan, then you're going to end up with a bunch of stuff that you can't make a meal out of, right? And I am guilty of doing that 1,000 times and wasting so much food, which wastes so much money. So we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to plan. So chili, we're going to need cornbread. Ooh, maybe I'll make you cornbread casserole. So I got to check to see what I need. Hold on, I'm looking in the pantry. That's another thing. You got to check your pantry and your freezer and see what you got. Check the pantry and I have everything I need for cornbread. So maybe I'll make cornbread with the chili. And then the roasted sweet potato soup is all veg. So that's just going to need a crusty bread with it, which I pretty much always have in the house. So those are the things. What are the things that you eat every single day that you need to always have in the house? And they're different for everyone. I mean, here's an example. If I go to Trader Joe's and I don't get cookie butter, they'll fire me. They will fire me as their mom. Crunchy cookie butter is life, right? So if we're having apples, hello, a little crunchy cookie butter on our apples. So you just have to know, like, what are the staples for you? Make sure you always have those in stock and ready to go. And this is the job of a mom, is all this mental planning and thinking it over. Anyways, I don't know if that's what you're looking for. I hope that helps. If it didn't, then I need your question to be more specific so that I can answer it, because I want to help as much as I can, because it's hard out here being a mom, or housewife, or primary chef in a home, and planning to buy the food and make the food is a job. So I want to help you. I hope that helps.